In conclusion to my presentation, I hope that we have a better insight on how depression is a contemporary health issue. From the beginning, I explained the overview of depression and what it is. Once again, I want to state it. Depression is a common but serious mood disorder. It causes severe symptoms that affect how you feel, think, and handle daily activities such as sleeping, eating, and working. I want to specify and just be more in that although we might as a society not see depression as an issue, we have children dealing with depression each and every single day. We have from teenagers to adults to even our grandparents dealing with depression. And although we might fall into different categories of why we are diagnosed with depression, the fact is that depression is a contemporary health issue. I've explained how women are more effective than men, that it is a leading cause of disabilities in the United States from the ages of 15 to 44. And I've also explained the diagnostic criteria, and although we like to throw around depression as he got it, she got it, it is also important to know that there needs to be five um, um, of the following topics explained in that slide to be categorized or diagnosed with depression. We also went through the recent changes related to depression, and one of them was ketamine. And I hope that you were informed that there are new drugs, there are new treatments for it, and we have to expose these. We also touched on the DSM-5 and how the bereavement exclusion. I find it. I find it that it's we should take that serious. That some people are misdiagnosed, and it has an impact in their lives, not just at work, but with their children. And it's important to allow people to cope and to grieve and not say that that's a mental disorder just because it's taking them longer. The That was one of the controversies that we had with depression. Another category that I talked about was: is it depression? Is our society creating or manufacturing depression? And as we see through television, through social media, the standard that we have placed for our young ones, for our adolescents, for our adults, and even for our grandparents, the fact that people are not able to achieve it is not that something's wrong with them. That's just a way of life. As the potential impacts of health, from physical health to emotional health to mental health, as I discuss those things, I pray that I hope that it brings more clarity to this matter of depression. But there's also relevant factors and preventions, from mindfulness to therapy to physical activity, which we will see that it all encourages one to stop judging themselves, to stop focusing on the negativity. But there's positive things in life. But there's also relationships in the field of public health that we also need to take into consideration, which is depression as it affects other illnesses in our bodies. As we get older, there brings more complication. But when complication comes, there's also the understanding that depression can increase health costs. The strategies for currently utilizing for interventions, from interpersonal psychotherapy to school therapy to physical activity to group counseling to cognitive therapy, even to CBT. These are all available for people to interact with, to seek help, and I hope that we are exposing these forms and not just keeping it hidden. Lastly, the potential alternatives to consider. As a society, we need to market to the millennials and the seniors, and through social media, through movies, through commercials and campaigns, that depression is something that we need to keep our eyes on. It needs to be treated, and there are treatments for it, but we need to voice out this and not hide it. So, upon my conclusion, I hope you were well informed. I hope that we are able to make a difference, and that we have alertness, and that we are more educated now on depression, and that we may be able to make an impact. So I thank you once again, and I just want to say I thank you for all your hard work, Professor, and all that you do. I know that it was a little rough for me, but as you continue to encourage, as you continue to give your scriptures for the week, it was encouraging to accept that. So I thank you. It was a pleasure being in your class. God bless you, and take care.